My goodness gracious alive, what a beautiful morning. 55 degrees, about 9:30 in the morning on a Monday. Monday. Today, we are going to work on that. It's a little snappy rear engine Ritter. I'm going to make this conversion from a soft start clutch to a hard start clutch for no reason at all. I seen Jim Jackson, he's kind of a snapper guru on YouTube. Smart fella. Remember back in the 70s and early 80s when you was a kid, you could put your grandpa's or your dad's snapper in 5th gear and just pop a wheelie? That's what we're going to do to this thing. Come about the late 80s or mid 80s or whenever it was, they went from a hard clutch to a soft start, so you couldn't do that. And I have nothing else to do, being middle of October. So I'm going to do it. So let's get busy, man. I'm gonna flip this thing over. See, that's why I don't work on these snapper rear engine riders. It seems like everything you do to one of these, you have to stand it up. And man, after back surgery and shoulder surgery and hip surgery and surgery, I just don't have the dang strength anymore to work on these crazy things. I don't have to, don't want to. But let's just do it. Let's just do it. Yeah, this is the part I always hate right here. Oh man, I hate picking these things up. Well, let's see. First thing I need to do, make sure the gas cap is tight, cut the fuel off. Make sure these rear bars ain't loose, because you'll let this thing fall over. Woo! Damn. Woo. Woo. I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. Ooh, I think I skinned all my knuckles. Whew, I got her stood up though. Ooh, boy, I hate doing that. I think I pulled every muscle in my body. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make that clutch right there. We're gonna make that a hard start clutch. We certainly are. Okay, the fuel's off, gas cap is tight, oil cap is, dipstick is tight. Okay, I'm gonna raise this thing up in the air. Whew, man, that wore me out first thing in the morning. Y'all hang with. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this job just like Jim Jackson told us to. And I'm gonna take you through the process. Hang with. All right, we got her up in the air now. And what we're gonna do is get this clutch off here. Right there, let's put her over in 5th gear. As fast as we can get it. That'll give us room to, well, you still ain't got room to get your impact or nothing in there. This is gonna be a pain. I just don't like working on these things. Here. I just don't enjoy it. Yeah, I might be able to get that in there. Let's try. Let's give it a try. All you can do. This is a 1/2 inch. You got to get these 4 nuts off. Get these 4 nuts off. You can get the clutch off of there. Nope. Man, that is a shame right there. No, I might be able to do it. Nope. Nope. I could probably crack them loose and just. Ooh. Just crack them loose. Yeah, I can get that in there. A little bit. Yeah. Yeah, back when I was in my 20s, I didn't have a problem working on these things, but golly, I just turned 50 and I just don't enjoy it no more. We can get rid of that thrust washer when we're done with this. That little plate goes over. And I need to get a big screwdriver and stick in there and disengage that clutch. All right. Here is your soft start clutch. All the friction happens here. And when you start, this will ride on that little desk off the engine and it will cause friction here. And that's what gives you a soft start with this friction material. But we're going to get rid of that. Actually, we're going to keep it for no reason, just take up space, because that's not where the action is going to happen anymore. We're going to bolt it through that with 4 bolts. Okay. So now I got to get that big old nut off right there. Oh, lordy, lordy. Let's see what size that big old nut is. Is it a 7/8 or big? Oh, it's bigger than a 7/8. Let's see, 15/16. Yep, 15/16. Well, let's grab a big old 1/2-inch driver ratchet. 1/2-inch driver ratchet. 1/2-inch driver ratchet. Now we're gonna have to hold this thing there. What I'll do is put a, let's see, I don't want to put a pry bar in there and hurt them studs. So what I'll do is just grab it. Grab it there. There we go. Early in the morning. Too early in the morning. Ooh, too early in the morning. I ain't even had no beef, butter, bacon, and eggs yet. Okay. Don't forget that little washer there. That nut washer and this. This is held on to that shaft. You got a keyway. So what we're going to do is we are going to bolt through here from that direction. Through here, we're going to do 4 of them. We're going to have to use flathead 5/16 18 bolts. 5/16, because that's what size these holes are. We're going to do them uniformly. We're going to do 4 of them. Or maybe I ought to do 5. I can't remember if Jim said to do 4 or 5. I think we're going to do 5. Let's do 5. But they're going to have to be completely flush. And you can see right there where this brake, you've got a brake right there that will ride against that. That's your parking brake. Well, that's your brakes. So these flathead bolts are going to have to be completely flush so we don't hit that brake. See how that's not centered? You got to make sure this thing is completely perfectly centered. Otherwise, you'll feel it kind of wavy as you're driving because it's going to ride on that disc up there. So the way Jim said to do that was little trick he showed us to do. Find the end of the tape. I'm just using this 1-inch masking tape. Actually, it needs to be a little thinner than this, but it don't matter. It don't matter. Actually, I think it will matter. So we're just going to go around and around this. Let me back it up a little bit there. So we're going to go around and around as to make this thicker so it fits nice and firmly inside that clutch drive disc thingamajigger. And we're going to go around and around and around and around. What we're doing is we're taking up all the slack. We are taking up all the slack. Let's see if that's enough. This tape may be too wide, but we're going to find out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that works great. See, now you don't have any play in it. And you know it's pretty darn centered now. Look at that. Boy, he's a genius, I tell you. Look at there. So now what we want to do is mark, we're going to use these holes. Let me grab a 5/16 bolt and I'll show you what we're going to do. So this is just a regular 5/16 bolt. You see how wide it is. It's just perfect for those holes. Let's see, we'll go 1, 2, let me grab a paint pen. Let's see, I'll grab a Sharpie. So we'll do that hole, that hole, that hole, that hole, and that hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are uniformly around. I like that. Let me hit pause and let me find the hardware I'm going to use. It doesn't matter really how far they stick out because you've got plenty of room in there. But like I said, it's got to be completely flush around here. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we'll do. Okay, these are the bolts we're going to use. 5/16, 18, flathead. Whoa. And we'll have to, I got the holes marked. Get all this stuff off here. Get off the hand. Okay. Now what we will do is, let's see, we'll take a little hammer and we'll mark right in the center. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Now I got the holes marked and punched so the drill bit don't want to walk around with it. And we will go over to the drill press and drill it 5/16 hole in that bad boy. Oh God. little holes. Two little holes. Three little holes. Four little holes. Five little holes. All right, all right. Now what I'll do is use this little chamfer bit. And I'm gonna make these holes concave to match this, because I want this bolt to fit through there and be completely flush, or pretty darn close to it. Okay. That's pretty good, but it needs to be a little flusher than that. A little flusher than that. Boy, that's pretty close right there. I like that. I'm gonna do a little more. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is pretty darn good. Let me stick it on the machine and make sure that's good enough. And then we'll do all 5 holes just like that. Just like that right there. And I hope you can see that break back there. See, you've got pretty close clearance. But I believe that's going to work just fine, because it clears it probably a good 1/16 of an inch clearance. So we don't have to go as deep with the other 4 holes. But that's what you want to do. You want to clear that break right there. All right. Okay. I got all 5 holes tapered, and I believe that's going to be good. So what we'll do, we're not going to bother reusing that. Let's see, we'll grab the old clips disc. Put that on here. Okay, let's see. Line up the holes with a washer and a lock nut. Let's see. I'll put that on there for no particular reason. You don't have to put this back on there, but I'm going to, just to take up space. Just to take up space. Okay, put it on there. Washer and a lock nut. Now let me grab a socket, deep well 1/2 inch. Okay, put on there like that, and take your big screwdriver and hold the head of the bolt. run it down. Okay. Just do all 5 bolts. Oop, hang on to it. Well, there we go. You don't even have to put this back on there. So that's it. That is it. Now we'll take and put the clutch back on there. Don't lose that little key. Make sure that goes back on there just right. Little washer on there. Put the big old nut back on there. I'll take and put it on there. And then we'll put these 4 nuts back on here. And there we have it. There we have it. That is a hard start clutch conversion from a soft start. And that's all there is to it. All right. Now the fun part, we got to let this thing down. And if y'all have any questions about snappers, man, this guy right here, Jim Jackson on YouTube, man, this guy is the absolute snapper guru. And that's where I learned a whole lot of stuff about snappers. I used to be a dealer back in the mid-90s, but I just don't enjoy working on them. So let's get this thing set down. Tell you what, I'll film that. I'm gonna let y'all laugh at me trying to wrestle this big lawnmower. Oh God, this is not one of my favorite things to do. I don't need to be doing this. Whew. Whew. That's a workout right there. Woohoo! Yeah, that sucker goes now. Ooh, well, thanks for watching the video, y'all. Y'all be good to each other. Well, got my back hurting now. Ooh, I will catch y'all on the next one. Little Snappy.